You know, it's funny how backwards we can get stuff sometimes, especially when we're young. Like, you ever see a grown man explode in rage when you were a kid? Just get completely red in the face, his teeth clenched. A man that's shaking with fury, and something in you as a young boy froze. Not just from fear, but like a reverence. Like somehow this man has got so much power. Like the louder he got, the more control he had. Like the rage meant something. And you thought, damn, I better listen to this guy. But what you didn't realize back then is that wasn't power. That was a weak man. And see, when you were a boy, especially if you grew up around chaos and manipulation, yelling and shame, you start confusing volume with authority. You start thinking control means yelling louder. You start believing that fear equals respect. But that's not strength. That's just a man who lost control of himself. But you looked up to it because it overpowered you. But deep down, something in you know that it's off. And now you're the one doing it. You're the one clenching your jaw and slamming the door and snapping at your wife, scaring your kids. And for a split second, it feels powerful, doesn't it? But right after, the guilt hits. The shame starts to creep in. You see the fear in their eyes and you realize you became the very thing that once scared the hell out of you. That's not power. That's a grown man still being run by his wounds. And let's just call it what it is. Losing your temper is not strength. It's weakness. It's unprocessed pain that's leaking out sideways. It's a man who doesn't know how to hold what he feels. It's survival mode dressed up in control. And listen, I don't want to cut you down. I'm not saying this to shame you. I'm saying this to set you free, because if you can flip this script in your head and start seeing anger for what it really is, a signal. It's not a solution. You start reclaiming your power. You can reclaim your power if you see that. And you stop being dragged around by your emotions, the ones that you never learned how to regulate. And you start stepping into the man you were meant to be, the one that your younger self always needed, the one that your wife still is hoping will start showing up, the one that your kids will run to, not hide from. But man, it starts with truth. It starts with ownership, and it starts with awareness. You've got to track this shit. When did you feel the switch flip? What happened right before you got pissed? What were you really feeling before the fire came? Because I'll tell you what it probably wasn't. It probably wasn't anger. It was powerlessness, rejection, fear, disrespect. It was the voice inside that says, you're not good enough and you never will be. That anger is just the armor, man. But here's the real shift. And it's a brutal one. If you have built your entire identity around being the quote unquote strong one. Every time you lose control, you're being weak. Replay that. Listen to it again if you need to. Every time you lose control, you're being weak. I hope that wakes you up a little bit, because your power is not in the yelling. It's in the pause. Your strength isn't in your fists. It's in the breath that you take before your fists ball up. Your authority isn't in how loud you get. It's in how safe people feel around you. And you think that you're being strong by unleashing your rage? Man, try holding it. Try sitting with it. Try breathing through it until it dissipates. Try feeling the fire without burning your house down. That's strength. That's leadership. And if you don't know how to do that yet, good. That's where your work begins. That is why inside my program, one of the very first steps we walk through is building your emotional toolbox. Not just reading about anger, not just talking about it, but actually learning how to feel it without becoming it. Naming it, tracking it, disarming it. Training your nervous system to pause, to regulate, to respond. This is the real work, guys, the soul level work. This is how you stop blowing up in your life. Because until you can recognize the difference between a reaction and a response, you'll keep repeating the same fight, the same damage, the same regret over and over and over again. And you'll keep calling that normal. But it's not normal, man. It's just familiar. It's the echo of your childhood trying to play itself out again. And you're the only one who can stop it. You've got to decide right now, who do you want to be? You want to be the man that your son's afraid of, or the one that he runs to for comfort? You want your daughter to believe that all men explode, or believe that calm is power? Do you want your wife to feel like she's walking on eggshells every damn day? Or do you want her to feel safe in your arms? Because here's the truth that most men never hear, okay? Your future, it does not owe you anything. It's not your family, not your peace, not your healing. You need to earn that every single day by who you become. And you don't do it by becoming that man on accident. You need to be intentional. You become him by doing the hard work of healing what has been running your show for far too long. That deep shadow shit, that shadow work and that inner child healing. Listen, you're not here to suppress your anger. That just creates more pressure. You're here to understand it and to lead it. You're here to make it through the storm without losing yourself or the people you love in the process. So if you are tired of exploding and apologizing and then exploding again, if you're tired of feeling like you're two different people, one admired at work and one breaking down at home, if you're ready to stop pretending, stop performing, and finally start leading, then let me be real with you. This is your shot, man. You've been trying to fix this by yourself for years with the books and the podcasts, the breathing and the cold therapy. You've gotten insight, sure, but no real integration. You've made promises that you didn't keep. You've had good days, but you're still cycling. And that's not your fault. You've never been taught how to actually lead yourself through this work. But that can end today. There's a link in the description down below, guys. Book a call with me. We can talk. No pressure, just a real conversation between two guys, me and you. We'll look at what has not been working and what you've already tried and what it's actually going to take to become the man you were always meant to be. If you're even slightly feeling that pull in your gut right now, that whisper that just says, this is what I need, I want you to trust that, okay? Because here's the truth most men don't want to hear. If you don't do this work, nothing changes. Your marriage, your connection with your kids, the chaos in your head, not the way you feel when you're alone at night. You're just going to get better at hiding it. And eventually, it's going to implode. You're going to explode. And you're too damn smart, too capable, and too damn important to keep living that lie. So yeah, you could close this video, skip to the next one, and tell yourself that you're going to handle this later. Or you could make the most important decision you've made in a long time and finally sit down across from someone who gets it, who's walked through the fire, who's helped other men walk through the fire, and who is ready to walk with you straight into the life that's been waiting for you, you guys. Click the link, book a call. This is the work, and you are ready. I'll talk to you soon.